Chickamauga was pretty much rated as about the third worst battle of the Civil War, and many of the troops from this area who fought with the Ohio 98th Volunteer Infantry were recruited from this area, went from here out to Zanesville, got more troops, went on with General Sherman, whatever. My great-grandfather, my great-uncle fought with this regiment.
Hey, good morning. Test this out. Make sure we don't mess this up. Talking with Jimmy a little bit earlier, he said that yesterday they had a service down in Yorkville that no one was at. Nobody was there. I think it's our duty, our responsibility to go to these stones that are all across the country to pay tribute to the heroes that stood where we couldn't, that said that I'm not going to let evil take over. I'll go so you can stay. We need to do better. I challenge you to make it known and pay tribute to these people. I know it's everybody's freedoms to go out and play a round of golf today or have a barbecue, but make sure that we remember the people that couldn't. All of their hopes and dreams that never came true. They cashed that check so that we could. So bear with me as I get through this. I'm going to talk about fear, hope, and love. Imagine the fear that the soldiers felt in the Higgins boats when the doors were ready to open, knowing that evil was getting ready to focus its aim on their position at Normandy. When that boat dropped, it was a bullet catch. Imagine the fear that all of those individuals felt. Those soldiers were so brave. The emotion of hope and love outweighed the fear that they felt. How about the feeling of being in a plane with a one-way ticket, knowing that you may not come back? Service above self. They gave to something bigger than themselves. In today's society, there's a notable difference in the people in our great country. An awful lot of people who should be thinking about their obligations and responsibilities. However, they focus more on their privileges and benefits. There is a gap that keeps increasing and getting bigger, and there is a space that is harder to be filled by people like these that have their names on the stones. This should prove to you just how special just these 7 individuals and the other individuals on stones across the country are. Those that continue to sign up and fight for freedom and say that not today, evil, not on my watch. The Wounded Warrior Project always says the greatest casualty is to be forgotten. I think we should try to live in remembrance of them. Were they forgotten yesterday at Yorkville or at other stones across the country? I think we can do better to acknowledge them and remember them. So if they were forgotten at a stone somewhere in some small town, let's remember them here right now. I can only hope that we can continue to live in an honorable way that would make these people whose names are on the stones very proud, and that they sacrifice themselves for a worthy cause. Remember, there's no greater love than of one that sacrifices himself for his brother or sister. That's John 15:13. It's written a little different than that, but it's about how I put it. Memorial Day is a day to honor all those men and women that have served and died for our great country. I want to say to them that you will never be forgotten, and thank you, for they lived by the motto that says, no mission too difficult, no sacrifice too great, and duty first. They are part of something so much bigger than themselves. They truly gave all so that the rest of us could have all. In the song America, there's a verse that says, Oh, beautiful for heroes proved in liberating strife, who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life. Let that verse sit in. That's what these people did. They loved their country and us more than themselves, that they made the ultimate sacrifice. Yesterday in church, my mom, behind me, she sang a song called Written in Red. It was Jesus' words on Calvary. And the words were written in red that said, I love you. I know we can't see it, but the soldiers' names on the stones over there that they signed their name on a stone across the country, and all of their names are written in red for the sacrifices that they made. They're stating the same thing. Here, I sign my name because I want you to live free and accomplish your dreams and continue to hope and pray that you will be successful. And by me putting my name on this stone, I'm saying that I love you. They are all the one. You hear that, there's a quote out there that talks about soldiers and warriors of 100, about how 10 shouldn't be there, 80 unfortunately were targets, 10 were soldiers, and 1 is a warrior. And the one, he brings them all back. It's because of the sacrifices of the ones that brought the others back. The one that said again, not today, evil, I stay and I fight right here so that you can go home and be with family. I stay here so that your hopes and dreams can happen. I'll write my name in red so that you don't have to. There's those that have given so much, and I can only imagine how their family feels to stand at the door and wait for them to come home, but they don't. For those sitting by the phone only to hear their voice one more time. But it never rings with the voice on the other end that they were hoping for. Imagine all of those hopes and dreams that never come true. Imagine that's you not being able to live in that dream house with that dream family while living the American dream. It just never came true. But because of them, it has for all of us. There's a song called Ships That Don't Come In, and Joe Diffie sang it in the 90s. I'll do my best. I'm not mom, but I'll do my best to sing it to you. If you've heard it, you can sing along. I could tell he had a tough life by the way he sat and stared. And me, I come to push and shove, so I pulled up a chair. We talked of roads untraveled, we talked of love untrue, of strings that come unraveled. We were kings and kindred fools. And just when I hit bottom, that old man raised his glass. He said, at least we've had our chances. There's those who never have. So here's to all the soldiers who have ever died in vain. The insane locked up in themselves, the homeless down on Main. To those who stand on empty shores and spit against the wind, and those who wait forever for ships that don't come in. He said it's only life's illusions that bring us to this bar, to pick up these old crutches and compare each other's scars. 'Cause the things we're calling heartaches, well, they're hardly worth our time. We'll complain about $1 when there's those without a dime. And as he ordered one last round, he said, I guess we can't complain, 'cause God made life a gamble, and we're still in the game. So here's to all the soldiers who have ever died in vain, the insane locked up in themselves, the homeless down on Main. To those who stand on empty shores and spit against the wind, and those who wait forever for ships that don't come in, and those who wait forever for ships that don't come in. Let's make sure we take time to pay tribute to everybody that made the sacrifice and wrote their names in red. Let's honor them. Let's earn it. Thank you.
World War II, Frank J. Kinkus Jr. Thomas McMillan. Korea Richard Lamont Bechtel. Vietnam Ronald Starr. Richard Brown. These are all other veterans that we lost across the country.